Hey you, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. In this video we are taking a deep dive into the Boss FS-1-WL wireless foot switch. Now before we continue, if you are into these kind of videos, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button already. Thanks. Alright, let's get into it. So what is the Boss FS-1-WL wireless foot switch? Well, the name kind of gives it away. It is a wireless foot switch, and it allows you to control apps on your smartphone or tablet and all the way up to your DAW. And for someone like me who is making video demos of guitar gear primarily, I am recording guitars and operating cameras and all kinds of things at once. It is really cool for me to have this just lying on the floor. So when I'm ready to record guitar, I can just push one of the buttons that is set up to engage the record function, and away we go. Really smart. This can also operate scoring apps. You can flip pages. It can also operate a YouTube app so that you have the ability to start and stop playback and rewind, which is cool. If you are trying to figure out a guitar part from a tutorial or something like that and you need to go a few seconds back to see exactly what is going on, you can do this without taking your hands off the guitar. You also have the ability to plug in a MIDI cable to this device and then hook it up to something like a guitar pedal, and then you have 3 buttons to control whatever parameter inside the guitar pedal you want. Alright, that was just a few of the things that you can do with this device. Next up, let's check out the layout. On the front of the pedal you will find 3 of these rubber foot switches. They feel sturdy and nice to the touch, and they are quiet. Right above them is an indicator light that indicates which of the pedals is active. Then you have a power indicator that is lighting up green when the unit is turned on. When you have 1 hour of battery life remaining, the power indicator will go orange. The battery life on the unit is approximately 14 hours. On the side of the unit you have a power switch that allows you to power up in either MIDI mode or HID mode. HID mode is essentially turning the unit into a small keyboard with 3 keys on it. Next you have a DC in power socket so that you can run the unit off of a power supply. Next to that is the control 1 and 2, and that allows you to expand the unit by plugging in control foot switches like the Boss FS-5U. Next there is an expression input, and here you can hook up an expression pedal like the Boss EV5. Next to that is a mini jack MIDI out. Finally, you have a USB connection to connect the unit to a computer if you want to use the editor. Lastly, we have 2 buttons that allows you to Bluetooth connect to either an instrument or a smartphone/PC. At the bottom of the unit you have these nice rubber feet that prevent the pedal from sliding around, and the door to the battery compartment. Next up is to connect this unit to my PC, and I will show you the editor app, which you can download for free on Boss's website. There's a link in the description. And I will show you how I have set this up to remotely operate some stuff inside of my DAW. The first thing we need to do is to connect this to the Bluetooth in my computer. So by turning on the switch here in MIDI mode, you will see that the Bluetooth connection will start to flash. I will go into my computer, open up the Bluetooth menu, add a unit, and there we go. And now, solid blue light, we are now connected to the computer. Now if you for some reason do not have Bluetooth in your computer, which I actually did not, I have a very big stationary computer standing right down there. It did not have Bluetooth, so I went out and bought one of those small Bluetooth adapters and put it in the USB port, and now I have Bluetooth and everything is working. However, you could also get this. This is the Roland WM1D. It is a wireless MIDI dongle. You plug this thing into your computer and you have wireless MIDI. Now you can connect the foot switch to this. However, it will only work in the instrument setting, the MIDI setting. You do not get the HID, the keystrokes that you will need to control something like a DAW. However, the wireless MIDI will control anything MIDI inside of your DAW, and you can get a wireless transmitter and plug into something like a keyboard or some other control surface, and you will have wireless MIDI on your computer by plugging this into the USB port. However, I think it's worth checking out if you need this dongle before you run out and buy one. It might just be that this will work just fine with the built-in Bluetooth connection on your computer. So the next thing you want to do is to edit what the buttons on the foot switch actually do. Now, in order to do that, using the app on the computer, you need to connect it via a USB cable. And beware that this is a USB Type B connection, and the unit does not come with its own cable, so you need to buy one for yourself. Alright, I'm all hooked up to the computer, and as you can see here, this is the editor app. It says memory 1, 2, and 3, and those are the presets that comes with the pedal right out of the box. And it is set up so that memory 1 is a music sheet preset. It allows you to turn pages and return to home and stuff like that. The memory 2 here is a YouTube app control. We have a play pause button and a fast forward and a rewind. And the memory 3 is a preset that is set up to control a DAW. However, the preset that the unit comes with does not match the controls in my DAW. I am a Cubase user, so let me show you how to edit this preset so that it will work with Cubase. So as you can tell here, this is the DAW preset right out of the box. The left foot switch is enter, the center is space, and the right foot switch is R. Now these do not match what I want this pedal to do, so let's change those. First of all, I want this left switch to be the record switch. So I'm going to push it, and then I'm going to push this star because that is the record button in Cubase. Then I will go back. Then I will set the center button to be 0, like this, because 0 has two functions. It stops the recording, and if you push it again, it's going to go back to the point where it started to record. So that's kind of like two features in one pedal. And finally, I want the right foot switch to be delete, because when I do my demos, I often do a lot of takes when I'm playing a guitar solo and something like that. So I record something, and perhaps I mess something up, then I stop, then I delete, then I go back to the beginning, and then I can record again. And I can do that with this foot switch, which is cool. Alright, so I've set out the buttons the way I want. Let's see if it works. I'm in Cubase now. Gonna press record. Starts recording. Gonna press stop. It stops. Gonna press stop one more time. It jumps back to the beginning. Gonna press this one, and I delete the recording, and I'm ready to go again. Now, as you can see here in the app, this is stored on memory 3. So if I want this unit to load memory 3, I simply hold down the third button here, or the right button here. When I power on the unit, that's going to load memory 3. If I wanted memory 2, I will just hold down the center button and power it on, and that will load memory 2. Now, one final thing to mention in this HID mode is that these keystrokes are not transmitted via the USB cable. It is only transmitting it through the Bluetooth connection. So I have put the pedal into its MIDI mode, and as you can tell by the interface, you now have a few more options to click on. So Bluetooth, USB, and MIDI out refers to whatever is coming out of the pedal. Right now we are in the Bluetooth setting, so I could click on the center pedal and I could alter the CC value and the on-off value like this. And that goes for USB and the MIDI out. On this total button right here, I can set the MIDI channel, and I can decide if these buttons are to be in a latch or momentary configuration. So finally, there is a button up here at the top that's called Librarian. If you push that, you are able to save a snapshot of the settings of the pedal as it is right now. So if you are using this in a live situation and you are connected to a smartphone or tablet, you can change the layout of the buttons to fit your needs at the current moment. And this is how it works. You press the Create Live Set and you give it a name. Let's call this Demo. And there you go. Now you can load the exact settings I've made right now into the pedal, and off you go. Finally, there is the menu button up here, and that brings you to this menu. You can go into system settings, and here you can set the color of the LEDs like this. You want them all to be blue. Yes, they're all blue. You want them to be red and blue and purple. Right, pretty cool feature. Then you have the device settings that just shows you that you are connected to the pedal. You have a link to the owner's manual, and you have the version, and we are currently on version 1.03. Alright, thank you so much for watching my demo on the Boss FS-1-WL wireless foot switch. I think this is a great little product, especially for someone like me who is making these demo videos and having to control cameras and lights and microphones and DAWs and all kinds of things while trying to play guitar. And taking just one of those things and putting it on this remote, well, that just frees up my hands to concentrate on playing the guitar a little bit more. So, I like it a lot. Alright, thanks for watching. Please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and I will be back really soon with more gear demos. Until then, stay wireless.